So I had the best intentions and I started off with a cup of chamomile tea, but that wasn't helping, so this video is not sponsored by Lucozade. Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome to another episode of Life 101. And in case this is your first episode of Life 101, basically this is just a series I make and I share with you some of my experiences and my stories and hope that you can take something away from it that can help you in your life. So I'm not really sure if you can tell, but I'm not feeling my 100% today. I'm actually quite ill. I've done my best to, just do something with my hair. Actually, that's a lie. I've not done anything to my hair. But I have made an effort to put on some kind of a colourful lipstick to fool you into thinking that I'm actually healthy. And I've also made an effort to get out of my pyjamas, so this is how much I care about you guys. Actually, that's slightly a lie. I'm still wearing Mickey Mouse joggers. But hey, I'm out of my pyjama top, so that's something. Anyway, I'm rambling on. What I want to talk to you about today is exam stress and just self-care. And one of the reasons I really want to talk about this right now is because I'm starting to notice a trend in my comments, especially on a lot of my other revision videos and things like that, from you guys saying, oh my god, it's like a month away from my exams and I'm really stressed, and all of the fun things that goes along with having exams. So I thought I would share a little bit of my experience with exam stress and self-care. So as I said, I'm not feeling 100% today, and I have been feeling ill for the last couple of days. And I can't really tell you what's wrong with me, but it's just a general mixture of off and on really bad migraines, off and on really bad nausea, and just generally feeling quite unwell. And one of the main reasons why I'm making this video now, other than the fact that, it's exam period and I know a lot of you guys are going through similar stresses, but it's the fact that if the few friends who I've told about being ill have said to me, well, Atousa, it makes sense. You run around, you try to do so many things, and you burn yourself out so much that the only way for your body to give itself a rest is to make you ill. So you have to take a rest. And you know what? That makes complete sense. But I'm telling you this now, don't let yourself get to that point. Wait, hang on. I can hear a beeping. I think I've left my hair straighteners on. Hold on. That's another piece of advice. When you're ill and stressed and stuff, try not to let your house burn down. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes. So your body sometimes does literally make itself ill so that you give it a rest. And I can kind of say this from personal experience, but in my last project that I was doing for my master's, I was doing ridiculous hours because my experiments weren't working and I had to repeat a lot of things, and I would do really long days. So I would go in, some days I would go in as early as 6 o'clock to start an experiment, and then some days I wouldn't even finish till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and I even did 2 all-nighters just to be able to use some of the equipment. And you might think, oh well, it's fine, I'm young, I'm energetic, I can get through it. Or if you're doing your exams, you can be like, oh, it's fine, I can drink Red Bull and do 2 all-nighters before an exam, it's fine. But it really does take a toll on your body. And I know that exams can be really important, so it's difficult for me to sit here and be like, oh well, whatever, don't think about them, just your health is more important. Yes, that is true. But I think what's really important is to be able to find a balance between doing the things you want to do, working as hard as you can, but also looking after yourself. And I think the most important thing is just putting some systems into place. And what I mean by systems is some self-care tips that you establish right at the beginning to make sure that you don't end up burning out. Now, I'm going to tell you mine, but you're going to laugh because they're just so ridiculous. When I was doing my last project, I had literally two criteria, and it was make sure to eat 3 meals a day and make sure to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep every day. Ridiculous, right? You would think that a normal functioning 23-year-old would have those things covered without making an effort to actually do them. But I'd like to think I'm getting better. And if any of my friends are watching this, I'd like to give them a bit of a shout out, because I remember when I was going through the most stressful period of my project, I would get messages from friends and they wouldn't even say hi. They would just be like, have you eaten 3 meals today? Or how many hours did you sleep last night? Or are you okay? Are you having a mental breakdown? Let us know if you are. And I honestly feel blessed to have friends care about me enough to ask about my eating habits. So this is what I would say if you and a bunch of your friends are going through this whole like exam stressful period together. I would say make sure to keep each other in check. Make sure not only, expect them to ask you, but make sure you make the effort to ask your friends. How are you? Are you okay with the stress? Can I do anything? Do you want to talk on the phone for 10 minutes? Having those kind of support networks is really important. And if not your friends, maybe someone in your family. Another thing that I think is super important, and I definitely learned this towards the end of the project, even though it would have helped me if I'd known it right at the beginning, is when you take breaks, make sure you take really fun, intensive breaks. Because let's say you're doing some work and you think, okay, well, I'm going to take half an hour to watch an episode of something or go on my phone for half an hour. When you do things like that, the back of your head is still thinking about the exam. You're texting your friend and you're just like, oh my god, exam, blah, blah, blah. And you get a lot of like anxiety through that. What I would say is make sure to have fun-filled breaks. So for example, if you're into sport, go and play sport for 40 minutes. If you like going to the gym, go and run for 20 minutes. But when you do activities like that, it's easier to switch off a little bit, and switching off is very important. Not too much. I'm definitely not advocating a Netflix marathon or anything like that to kind of separate yourself from the situation, but I think it is really, really important to actually enjoy your breaks rather than being idle on your phone or something. I hope this makes sense, because I know that's a mistake I made, and then even after I would take breaks, I wouldn't feel any better. If anything, I would feel worse because it's given me more time to just think and not do. And I know what I'm about to say is going to be a little bit contradictory to what I just said, but guys, at the end of it, remember that exams don't mean everything. Yes, they're important, but there are so many people who have failed exams and they've woken up the next day and just gotten on with the rest of their life. And this is something that I try and think to myself now whenever I have stressful times. I think, yes, I want to do well and I'm going to try my hardest, but if I fail, then, I failed. I either do it again or just kind of accept it. Not getting exactly what you want is not the end of things. And it's important to remember that in those stressful times, because it takes the pressure off a little bit, And sometimes that's all you need just to be able to push through. Honestly, a lot of these things I'm telling you, I definitely learned the hard way. So if you can at least try to consider some of them in your life, they may just help. And please share this video with any of your friends who are going through a similar situation, who you think might find some of my ramblings useful. And as always, subscribe if you want to hang around, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I've got some links and stuff down below that you might want to have a look at. And until next time, my lovelies, have a good day, don't stress, take care, and I'll see you later. Mwah.